9 seconds, a woman is battered in the U.S.
95% of all victims of domestic violence are women.
50% of all women murdered in the United States are killed by a spouse or an acquaintance.
5.3 million women are abused each year.
90% of all battered women reported that their children were present when they were beaten.
On average, more than 3 women are murdered by their husbands or boyfriends in this country every day.
Over 50,000 women are stalked by an intimate partner each year.
Domestic violence occurs in 60% of marriages and is the most underreported crime.
1,232 women are killed each year by an intimate partner.
Domestic violence is the leading cause of injury to women.
To me, advocacy means reaching out to the community, reaching out to people in need of our services.
To be a good advocate, you have to be a good listener. You know, I could just scream this 24 hours a day. You have to be able to listen and hear what it is that is important in what that victim is telling you.
Basically, everything in my job description means advocacy. Reaching out women, supporting them, helping them, listening to them, and educating them about domestic violence. That's what advocacy means to me.
The courage that I gained from the first step of walking into DAP and saying, there's a problem and it needs to get resolved.
I had categorized that abuse was about being strangled with telephone wire, and that if you weren't having that done to you, you just had sort of a mean partner, and that was too bad for you. But she made me understand that all of it counts, that all the ways in which freedoms had been denied me, they were as significant as being choked.
She made the process not be so ugly. You know, coming out of ugly is hard to do, but having someone not judging you, being supportive, it's a good thing.
She probably did talk for more than an hour and went on and on when it was about 2 hours. And at the end, she tells me, do you know that this thing is actually, do you know this thing happened to me? And then she says, you know why I'm telling you that? I say, why? And she says, because I didn't believe it myself that it happened to me until now I started talking to you.
As an advocate, I see myself as part of a go-between for the woman to the system. And the reason that is so important because battered women are not going to be on committees. They're not going to be at meetings where decisions are being made about what happens to victims. So I'm there as their voice.
For me to be there for the hearing and provide transportation, an advocate for her to listen, to be there, and to hold her hand.
They're actually with me in the courtroom. I had an advocate from DAP at my hearing supporting me.
The woman who did the initial interview was really, really compassionate and warm and non-judgmental.
I believed her because she was a professional, and there would be nothing in it for her to say, no, he's really far worse than you imagine. On the contrary, she said, it's far worse than you understand.
At that point, that battered woman is more vulnerable than she's ever been because you're holding everything she has. That is big.
When a woman comes into our office, always, you can tell right away that she's holding back everything and she's feeling like, how should I even trust somebody? And I'm not even supposed to be talking to somebody about my problems.
I have enough friends giving me all kinds of good and bad advice, but this is something that she does. This is her job. And so I took a chance to trust.
And she said, I'm sorry, but you're in a severely abusive relationship. And I argued with her, and she said, you know, all those count, the verbal ones, the fearful ones, all those things count. And then I just trusted her. I just trusted that she was right and I was wrong. And I started the program.
I entered the women's group at DAP, and met with other women that were in a very similar situation to myself. Received a lot of comfort knowing I wasn't alone.
You hear people's stories of pain and the anguish that they went through, and you realize how similar every one of them are in some respect, how they were removed from family, how they were removed from friends, how it all had to be about their spouse or their significant other and not about them. And you find bonding in that experience.
It's about seeing people grow, take step by step and get bigger and stronger as you work with them. So it's not all sad. There's tons of rewards there to actually have a part in somebody becoming healthy and becoming whole as a person and healing to the point where they can run on.
We are there for these women. We give them support, we give them confidence, we give them the help they need, and we give them the education piece that they need, and we empower them.
I'm walking from my parking space downtown Minneapolis, and somebody is yelling my name. Sharon, Sharon, and they're hanging out the window of a car, and they say, I'm okay, I'm safe, and we're happy, thank you, and they just speed off. To this day, I don't know which one that was of the hundreds of women that I've seen, but I tell you, it really put some pep in my step on the rest of the way to the office.